Yes, that is the Speaker of Ethiopia's upper house of parliament at the BRICS Parliamentary Forum, saying that Africa interested in BRICS. Why Africa interested in BRICS than in the African Union? Why Africa interested in BRICS than in ECOWAS, in East African Community, in SADC, or Maghreb? Why Africa interested more in BRICS? That is the question. So welcome, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters in the continent and those who are in the diaspora at this time, where we are going to share views on the issue of BRICS. African countries have shown their interest to join BRICS, and why Africa, or especially African countries, are more interested in BRICS than even in the African Union. And we have seen some countries shown the alert to withdraw from African Union, and some leaders have been declared that they will not attend the African Union summit, like President of Uganda, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. What's wrong with the African Union, where we made mistakes and how we are going to correct so that the people of Africa, the leaders of Africa, and the African countries must be more interested in the African Union, in the United Africa, than the BRICS. So, kings and queens, I also like to hear from you. What is your opinion? What is your views on this matter of why Africa interested more in BRICS? So from there, you may share your views, your opinion on the comment section, and also share this video to our fellow brothers and sisters in different parts of the world. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. So let us go back to BRICS first. BRICS is the intergovernmental organization comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, and United Arab Emirates. And the founding countries are Brazil, Russia, India, and China, that held the first summit in 2009, with South Africa joining the bloc a year later. Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, and United Arab Emirates joined the organization this year, January 1st, and become also the members of BRICS. And we know combined the BRICS member encompass about 30% of the world's land surface and 40%, 45 almost percent of the global population are found in these countries. You know, Brazil, Russia, India, and China are among the world's 10 largest country by population area and gross domestic product (GDP), nominal, and by purchasing power parity. So all 5 initial member states are members of the G20. I'm talking about Brazil, Russia, China, India, and South Africa. So these are countries that are so powerful. Of course, you cannot compare with maybe G7, but BRICS countries are considered the foremost geopolitical rival to the G7 bloc of leading advanced economies, implementing competing initiatives such as New Development Bank, the BRICS Contingent Reserve Arrangement, the BRICS Pays, and now BRICS come with the issue of their own currency and their own parliament. So, and these are things that African countries or African Union failed to have. So you may see that BRICS look the challenges of some countries, especially developing countries, and coming with solutions. And that's why you see people or countries in Africa are more interested with the BRICS than the African Union. So BRICS have idea of de-dollarizing, having their own currencies, their own pay, they have their own bank, and now they want to have their own parliament. Um, Let us go back to the African Union. All of us, we know African Union has almost 54 member states, um, almost the whole country of Africa, maybe excepting Morocco and Salawi, who have something that is, but let us left at it. Let us remain in the key point that Africa Union failed to have a common currency, failed to have single army, so member states are not sure if they can be protected, if enemies can invade them. We don't have a single army. But in BRICS, you know that you have Russia, you have China, you have Brazil, you have India. So maybe you are safe than if you are in African Union. So what we need to do is to strengthen the African Union. We need to have one army. So the issue of currency, Africa, we have almost I think 34 currencies. We have shillings, we have dollars, we have rands, we have franc, we have CFI, we have naira, we have cedi, we have many kind of currencies, kwacha, whatever you may name it, so many currencies. But BRICS came with the idea of having a single currency, and that is what African countries are seeking for, that we need to do business without these controversial, without these exchange rates that are sometimes become the barriers of businesses. So for Africans or African countries to be more interested with African Union, we need to have our own currency. So if we can have our own currency, we can attract member states and see that we can do business very easy among ourselves. That's why you see the Chinese are doing more business in Africa than any African countries. So you see, okay, the issue of security, all of us, we know that Africa, we have a challenge of security, and as I said, through BRICS, if African countries, they believe if they can join BRICS, they can be more safer than in Africa. We have examples, what's happening in DRC, what's happening in Sudan, in Sahel, and of course we have seen Russia helping Sahelian countries, what's happening in Somalia, in Mozambique, in northern Nigeria, in Libya. So you can see, so that's why you see African countries are more interested in the BRICS. And African Union, as I said, we need to reform it. So those are things that the member states of African Union they don't see there as a progress. Yes, we have this continental free trade area, but how are we going to have continental free trade area if we don't have security? So first of all, we need to have a security. So we need security. And who will provide security? It is the member states. It is the organization. The organization are not ready to have security. That's why you see countries are more interested in BRICS than in African Union. The issue of market, and we know these are almost 5 countries. If you look to India, more populated. China is populated. Brazil is the same. Russia. So it looks like these countries are the market, and if you can join to those you can join those countries or join the organization of BRICS, it means we're going to do business. But Africa also, it's a market. If we are serious, African Union bring all of us together, united as Africa, we can move to BRICS as a single country or as a union. We can benefit. And of course, as always we know, the population of 1.4 billion is enough market. But because we are not united, we are not working together, That's why people, countries are more interested with BRICS than African Union. We have not doing much better in bringing these countries together and understanding this is the market. So what is my suggestion? My suggestion is this. Africa, especially African leaders, we need to come together. We need to have our own meetings. African Union must sit and asking themselves why countries are more interested with BRICS, why these countries want to leave African Union. We have seen some countries shown the interest of leaving or withdrawing from African Union. Why? Where there is the challenges. If there is something that maybe need, we have these political issues. We need to put these things aside, the issue of politics. Let us focus on development. Let us focus on economy, on economics, instead of political. African Union has become a political organization, not economic organization, not security organization. So people are going there to talk. So there's something good that have been done by the African Union, but not enough as the people expected. So first of all, we must reform. And if we have to change the name, maybe we have to change the name. That this is not African Union. We must not be the same like European Union. No, we can find another name and form the things or organization that will bring all of us together and we will defend one another. First of all, we must make sure that we must defend the member states. We must defend our resources in the member states. We must have political wills. So just imagine we have BRICS member who are member of ECOWAS, maybe member of African Union, member of BRICS, lot of members. I think we need to be to do this membership. If we are serious, we must have our own African Union, not African Union, United Africa, that will go out to present all of us, and that will represent the wishes and the interest of the people of Africa. You see, the Chinese, they went to BRICS as China. The population of China is almost 1.4 billion, if it is not 1.5 billion people. You see? But look, Africa, we are 1.4 billion, but we have almost 54 states or nations, and we have speaking different languages, we have different ideologies, we are not working together, and other member states are not happy with others. We have conflict within, so we cannot achieve. So I think African Union or leaders or headers in the African Union must convene a meeting that from now and then we want this and this. From there we can attract member states to enjoy of being African Union member than to be other member BRICS. So that is my opinion, and as I said, I would like to hear from you. What is your opinion? Why African countries are more interested with BRICS than the African Union? So share with us.